Good morning, everyone. Hello, and welcome to What's New Wednesday at Kimberbell. How are you today? I hope things are going really, really well wherever you are in this world. Hello, Donna from Florida and Dawn from Wisconsin. Hi, Patricia, also from Florida. Here we go. And Yvette from West Chicago, Illinois. Oh, you're coming in fast. Marcy from Washington, Glenna from Florida again, Stella from Corpus Christi, Texas, Carl from Wisconsin. Hello, Patricia from the Adirondacks. It's always good to see you. Let's see, Debbie from Ohio, Sherry from California, Peggy from New York, Chris from Idaho, my good friend Chris Hill. Hi, Linda from Wyoming, and Sheila from West Virginia. Good morning, Chris from Northern California. And Linda, also from Florida. Looks like Florida showing up in the house this week. I love it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to What's New Wednesday, where you're going to hear what's coming out, what's new, who is behind the scenes of Kimberbell, because I've got two special guests to introduce you to today. My name is Kim Christofferson, and I'm the lucky owner of Kimberbell Designs. And this is just my happy place every week for What's New Wednesday, because I love being able to connect with all of you out there, find out what you're working on, show you inspirational pictures, and of course, show you what's coming up at a quilt shop near you. So let's see where to get started. Well, I thought I would show a brand new background quilting design that is available today. Let's take a look at it. It's one that's like perfect for anything, any time of the year, any reason or season, I like to say. And it is with loops. Let's take a look. Here it is. Isn't that just fun and whimsical and really useful for any time of the year? Like I said, this one, if you are part of the Perfectly Pieced subscription with Meantime, you actually already got this just as a bonus as part of your subscription. So don't buy it if you're part of the Meantime Perfectly Pieced. This was in the December portion of that program. But take a look. If you have not seen this yet or downloaded it, you're going to want it. Look at all the sizes it comes in. Of course, you've got 22 sizes for clear blue tiles quilting and 22 sizes for block by block quilting, which means you're getting 44 files with your one download. And I'm sure you can imagine all the great things that you can do with that. Now, next week, I'm going to be introducing you to another guest from behind the scenes that has something to do with, background quilting. I'm excited to introduce you to her next week. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do a little bit of show and tell with Kimberbell. All right, let's see what we've got going on this week. Oh, love is in the air, isn't it? There's lots of Valentine's stuff going on. Let's take a look. Well, we're going to start first with a little bit of cold winter weather, but these table toppers make it not so bad after all. Let's take a look at what you guys are making. Barbara, she says she finished her January cutie. She says, I love snowmen. Yes, we do too. We do too, Barbara. She says, thank you, Kimberbell, for making such amazing designs. You are so welcome. And what is really fun for me is that I decided, you know what? We've got to bring you more behind the scenes look at who makes these things possible. And so when you say, thank you for the amazing designs, I can't wait to share with you more people who make all this happen. Barbara, your table topper looks beautiful, and I bet it brings a smile to your face every winter morning, right? Thank you for sharing that. Now, this one, Kathleen, woo, what a pop of color that is. I love the more kind of a cobalt blue, it looks like, that you've got going on in that table topper. She says, my January cutie makes me smile every time I walk in the room. Yep. Then we've done our job. Check, check, check. I love that. This certainly made me smile too. Love that blue you used. Just beautiful. Let's take a look at what Susan's been doing. She says, I've had a very productive Kimberbell weekend. Yes, you have. Susan, look at this. 3 projects. Are you kidding me? She did the snowman table topper. She did the let me call you tweetheart pillow. And of course, it looks like she also attended a Kimberbell event where she did One Sweet Spring. Take a closer look at her projects. Don't you love that background quilting? Oh my goodness. That just makes me happy when I see that. Look at those cute little snowman swirl designs behind the snowman. That's all because of our awesome team at Kimberbell that makes background quilting possible. Just gorgeous. And then she also, of course, made the Let Me Call You Tweetheart pillow. This is available as an instant download at kimberbell.com. You just go to products and then click on digital downloads, and there you'll find it. Lots of people working on that. We're going to see a few more pictures. I hope you saw last week where myself and Deanna and Ginger did a little bit of a sew along, if you will, for that. More like a group of friends sharing our tips and ideas for finishing that pillow. If you haven't seen it, it's not too late. It's recorded. You can find it on YouTube and Facebook. Here's another one that she made that same weekend, it looks like. And of course, this comes from One Sweet Spring, which is a Kimberbell event. So find a quilt shop, either online or in person, that can provide this project for you. Just beautiful. Let's take a closer look. There's so many really fun and unique techniques that are part of that event. I hope you'll find one because, spring is just around the corner. Now's the time to make it. Okay, speaking of Valentine's, let's take a look at a few others where they used a pop of blue in there. Here we've got Nancy. She says, this is February Cuties is done. She says, I used fabric from my stash, glitter vinyl for the hearts, and the quilting bundle from Kimberbell. Really like the way it turned out. I do too, Nancy. I love that pop of blue. And of course, adding glitter into the hearts. I mean, you can't go wrong with glitter. Am I right? Let's take another look at another little pop of blue that Danae did. She says, February done. So fun to make. On to March soon. Awesome. Awesome. You are ahead of the game, my friend. Now, if you're wondering where these are coming from, of course, it's from Kimberbell Cuties, Volume 2. All right, and yet another pop of blue. This one comes from Sandy. She says, this was the month that sold me on Cuties Volume 2, and it didn't disappoint. Thank you, Kimberbell, for all the wonderful projects. Well, Sandy, thank you for sharing them. It looks beautiful, and thank you for inspiring us with your color choices, and especially, like I said, that pop of blue just love it. All right. Who else do we have? Oh, Nancy. I love this one because she did it all in reds and whites. Isn't it gorgeous? So, I love everybody's takes on these things. It's just awesome to see. And I hope it inspires all of you. Now, let's take a look at a few more coming out from all of you. This one is from Barbara, and she says, let me call you Tweetheart. She did it as a wall hanging. She says, January is already done. Finished February and March. Thanks, Kimberbell. Now, Barbara, wow, you're definitely on a roll, my friend. She said she's doing well, she's through March. Amazing. But what I especially liked about this post is what I'm going to show you here in this next picture, where she turned it into a wall hanging. And so I had to get a really up close image here so that you can see that she used our crocheted edge ribbon, which just gives that extra little touch, doesn't it? It's very nice. And she made them into 2 loops at the top, and then she'll be hanging it from there. So I thought, that's a brilliant idea. I want everyone to see that. So thank you, Barbara, for sharing it. Now, if you're looking for a really quick and easy Valentine project that you can whip up in less than an hour, maybe even half an hour, let's take a look at what some people are doing with our January digital dealer exclusives. Let's take a look. Here's Cindy. She says, Kimberbell has the cutest stuff. This is the January DDE 2023. She says she tried iron away topping and it was awesome. It is awesome, isn't it, Cindy? Oh, poof. All of a sudden it just disappears into thin air. Don't ask me where that topping goes, but you stick an iron to it, give it a little steam, and it's gone. That tea towel is just as cute as can be, isn't it? Hey, sweetie pie. And I am definitely, I've told you, this is on my list to make a whole lot of people in my life for Valentine's Day. Kathy did the same. She says, I've been excited to make my first DDE. I think the sweetie pie dish towel turned out so cute. Thank you, Kimberbell, for all the cuteness you bring to us. Well, you are so welcome. And yes, Kathy, it just couldn't get cuter, could it? I mean, I love that design. It's easy to do. It's a great beginner design. If you're brand new to machine embroidery, or you know what, if you've embroidered for years, it's nice to have those kinds of projects too, right? Hey, Sweetie Pie is just the ticket for you. If you are wondering where you can find that design, well, I've got good news for you. If you go over to our website and look under the shop locator, you're going to be able to scroll down by those shops that are part of our digital dealer exclusive program. And as part of that program, you're going to receive 13 designs. 13. One for every month, plus a bonus design that are exclusive to shops who are participating in digital dealer exclusives. Well, that sweetie pie is one of them. Isn't it, darling? And you know what? It's not too late to get it. So find a quilt shop that is providing this. Many of them do them as clubs or classes. And like I said, it's never too late to participate in digital dealer exclusives. And no matter where you live in this whole wide world, you can participate in it, even if you don't have a quilt shop that's located right next to you, because it can all be done virtually. I love it. All right. I'm going to go back to what you guys are showing and telling. But first, this discussion about digital dealer exclusives gets me all excited about what's coming up next month with digital dealer exclusives. So this is why you're going to want to find a shop really fast, not only to get the sweetie pie design, but there's another one. Let's take a look. It's coming out February 1st. Does that just make you want to bounce around, skip around your room? Dun, 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 dun. I love it. And it's not like I'm like a massive decorator for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, unlike Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, but certainly something like that is just perfect to just set up like in a little, vignette and just have it, go, oh, that makes me smile because it's the month of St. Patrick's Day. So anyway, that's coming out next month. Find shops that are doing this. Now, while we're on along those lines, I'm going to show you another quick little video about the entire year of digital dealer exclusives because I really want you to find a quilt shop that is hosting this. They want to provide you the best experience possible with your embroidery machine, and digital dealer exclusives could do that. It teaches you new techniques and gives you really fun exclusive projects. Let's take a look. I know a lot of you have already signed up for it, but I want to make sure that even more get to participate in such a fun program. So find a shop doing it. All right, let's take a look. Let's finish up with a little bit of show and tell still because there's more to show you, and you guys are killing it with the projects and sharing them online, which makes me so happy. Let's see, where did I leave off? Here we go. This one, oh, I love a good image about clear blue tiles. So we're going to show it again because it truly does help you take those projects to the finish line. And that's what we love seeing. Let's take a look at the experience from Karen. And I loved what she said. She says, first time using clear blue tiles. This quilt is 64 by 72. She pieced it together in a beginner's quilting class that she took almost 5 years ago. She says, I didn't know how to free motion or quilt. Fast forward to 2021, my mom gave me her sewing and embroidery machine I knew nothing about. My local sew and back shop helped me a lot. I love that. I soon heard about Kimberbell, took some classes at my local sewing machine shop, bought clear blue tiles, and now have finished this gift I can finally give my mom. You guys, you know how happy that makes me to read something like that. It just like makes my year because I know what it's like to have unfinished projects that are just sitting there waiting to be quilted. And for whatever reason, time, money, expertise, whatever it is, I haven't taken them to the finish line. And wow, I just love that Karen did that. And then yet it's like it came full circle. She's now able to gift that project that she did 5 years ago to her mom that had given her sewing and machine embroidery combo. I no words. It just makes me so happy. Thank you, Karen, for sharing that. Let's take a closer look at her quilt because it's beautiful. Look at that quilting. Amazing. It looks like she took it to, a professional. Well, you're the professional, right? Isn't it beautiful? Oh, amazing. Now, you really went at it because, typically we would say, and I believe we say this in our book, that we would suggest, a project less than 60 by 60, which still gives you a really good size quilt. But people are doing them on larger quilts and it's working and it's beautiful. So good job. Thank you for sharing that. Let's take another look at Patty. She says, Valentine table runner quilted with my clear blue tiles. Okay. Again, I love seeing that, no matter what it is, a table runner, a wall hanging, a pillow, you name it, it can be done with clear blue tiles. And it doesn't have to be a Kimberbell project. As you can see, those weren't Kimberbell projects, and they quilted beautifully. You did it on your home embroidery machine. Of course, with the use of, I gotta show you, clear blue tiles. This is what you're gonna be looking for at your favorite quilt shop. Just awesome. All right, let's take a closer look at her quilting. She used that double heart, which is perfect for that table runner. And then here, I love when I see things that are done, Deanna, by that aren't quilts, I guess I should say. They don't have to be quilts. We talked about this a few weeks ago on What's New Wednesday, that really anything that needs to be quilted, a piece of material, can be turned into something totally different. Like she did here. She says, I really like the outcome of my winter themed Forget Me Not basket. The quilting is from Spring Showers. All right, so there you go. Once again, we're showing you that it's possible to do so many more things with clear blue tiles because of how they're digitized, how this system works, and it looks awesome to use Spring Showers on a winter project. Of course, that basket comes from the Kimberbell Vault because it's an older pattern, but it's called Loves Me Not, Knot basket. And then you've got the quilting. She put it all together. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your pictures every week on our Kimberbellas and Fellas Facebook page. If you have not joined that page yet, I highly recommend you do because there's so much inspiration there. There's so many great people there that are willing to jump in and help answer your questions, give you ideas, help you troubleshoot. It's awesome. You can find it at Facebook. Just type in Kimberbellas and Fellas. Can't forget those guys, right? And there you will find it. Just click to join. We'll get you approved, and then we can share all these fun things together. Just awesome. Keep posting those pictures too. I love to share them. All right, one other piece of quick news before I introduce you to two of my favorite people in this world, and that is, guys, I can't believe this. I have a podcast. Yes, Kim Christopherson, in this day and age, who would have never believed a podcast was in my wheelhouse. Well, the marketing team said, Kim, you got to have a podcast. And I was like, really? I think my kids were more like, really? I said, oh, it's about machine embroidery, kids. It's riveting. You have to listen every week. I'm not sure if they're sold on it, my kids, but if you're into machine embroidery, you may want to just tune in and listen. Right now, as what I've been told, I mean, it just barely came out. And basically, the podcast is what you're hearing here on What's New Wednesday. It's a recording of What's New Wednesday. As a podcast, because I know so many of us, we're out shopping or we're driving the car, and you may not be, well, you shouldn't be watching this while driving, right? Or cooking or whatever it is you're doing out there, right? There's times when we want to just put on a podcast and listen to someone talk about something that we are passionate about. So guess what? Kimberbell now has a podcast. There you go. I think it's called Quilting, Machine Embroidery with Kimberbell. That's what it's called. That's what you're going to be looking for. You can find it currently on Spotify and Podbean and Amazon Music. Maybe someone from Kimberbell can put in some links. But if you're a podcast, if you're into that, kind of thing, which I love them all. I subscribe to a lot of them. Check it out. It's free. And you'll just learn some new things about machine embroidery. Usually it's about What's New Wednesday, but I'm also going to be hosting like guest interviews and different things to kind of mix it up every now and then. So, why not? Try it out. I believe we're still waiting on the approval from Apple. And when it's ready, we will be sure to let you know. So if you subscribe to podcasts that way, there you have it. Take a look when you get a chance. I cannot wait to tell my kids that we actually have maybe 2 subscribers. 3. Please make it like 100 or hundreds for me. Will you do me a favor? Help a friend out. I got to prove to my kids that machine embroidery is exciting to talk about, as we all know it is, right? Okay, there you go, friends. Check it out. Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, and then hopefully coming soon to Apple. And when it does, we'll let you know. All right, enough about all that. What I'm really excited is, boy, there's some good stuff happening today on What's New Wednesday. And the first is about something we call the Kimberbell Resource Guide. So I'm just going to open up my Kimberbell binder, of course, right here, as you know, gorgeous in every way. And you can find these at your local quilt shop too. It's a 3-inch binder, holds all your good stuff. But in my binder, the very first thing I'm seeing is a printout of the Kimberbell Resource Guide. Guess what, friends? It is free. It is free to you. And I want to introduce you to 2 ladies at Kimberbell behind the scenes that made that possible. Let's welcome, here we go, Becky and Jeanette. Hello, my friends.
Hello.
How are you doing this morning?
We're doing great. Good.
Good. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves to your new friends out there and tell them what you do at Kimberbell and actually where you're at right now.
Well, my name's Becky Hatch, and I am an editor up here at Kimberbell, and we're in the product development lab. So behind us, you can see all the machines, you can see the testers, and we have these beautiful wall hangings on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very vintage Kimberbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty original. And my name is Jeanette, and I digitize at Kimberbell.
Okay, they're both being very humble right now, you guys. They're being very humble. But I edit, I digitize. No, they're way beyond just an editor, just a digitizer. They're amazing at what they do. They're phenomenal. And they lead their teams of editors and digitizers and have done so much for the Kimberbell product line that I have not enough thanks in the world to say to them. So I hope you guys will all type in to Becky and Jeanette and to have them tell their teams what everyone thinks about Kimberbell directions, editing, digitizing, you name it, because you guys pull off some pretty amazing things behind the scenes.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you. Yep.
You're speechless right now, right?
Right.
You don't know how to handle that praise because you guys are so humble. But really, I want you to know that it does not go by unnoticed by anybody in this world. We are well known for our directions in digitizing, and it's because of people like you. So let's talk about how they can find this resource guide. Why do they want to find out what's in it? All the things. Who wants to share?
I'll start.
Okay.
So the Kimberbell resource guide is going to start be including, and you'll see it being included in with your instructions on projects that quilts and bench pillows for sure. And it's also available on the Kimberbell website to download for free. And it just has all the things in it that you need to finish your project and even help start your project. So
Yes. So when we were working on One Sweet Spring, that's a 2-day event where you get to make this really wonderful wall hanging. We just were concerned that, maybe people wouldn't get it done with their instructors in the shop. We were concerned that they'd take it home and it would become a UFO, unfinished, project really. And so we were like, what can we do to be more supportive and help these customers that might need this extra help? So we were talking and we decided to make this Kimberbell resource guide. And then as we were creating it, it just started growing. We went way beyond One Sweet Spring and we were like, wouldn't it be cool if we talked about this? And wouldn't it be cool if we talked about this? And it just grew into 24 different sections and a really long glossary. So the Kimberbell resource guide is around 45 pages long. And like Jeanette said, it has everything in it to start a project, to finish your project. If you have questions on binding, if you have questions about how to hoop your project, if you have questions about basically anything, we just take anything in the instructions and give more detail about it.
Yep. How to put a back on your pillow, whether it's a square pillow, like the ones from the digital library, or a pillow like a bench pillow, how to put a zipper in.
Yep.
Even we expand that. There's a lot of really great information in there.
Yeah, so we both went to teams and we got a lot of help from like writers and editors and digitizers, and they all wrote sections, worked on it. So it just really is a teamwork.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about those teams. How many people are we talking? And what is like a typical day like for an editor or digitizer, would you say? Or tester, really? I know it changes all the time. That's a loaded question, but in 30 seconds or less, tell us what your day's like.
I spend a lot of time answering questions. Yesterday, I think at the beginning of the day, I said, this is what I'm going to work on in our morning stand-up meeting. And I didn't get to that until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So between meetings and answering questions was a lot of that.
Yeah,
so,
because you oversee a team. So you for sure you're doing a whole lot of that. Yeah.
Answer a lot of questions. The digitizing is a lot of fun. Digitizers, obviously we take the artwork and we make it so that we'll stitch on your machine, but then we're also tracking a lot of like the numbers. The numbers are our responsibility too. So all the fabric cut sizes, how much fabric it takes to make something, we're figuring out that a lot too.
Yeah. It's those little things that I think we all take for granted, myself included, that stuff has been worked out, tested over and over again so that we provide the best experience to the end consumer.
Absolutely.
And Becky, what's it like with the editors on a typical day?
So I'm manager over the editors, the layout, and the writers. So I have 3 writers, 2 layout, and 3 editors. And, like Jeanette, sometimes I'll answer some questions, but my team is really good, be self-motivated. They all know what they're working on. It's just a really cool team because some are working on writing the beginning and some are working on editing the end. And so we'll typically be working on I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 10 projects at once, but some are in the beginning stages, some are ending. We're always like a treadmill of work, just going, going, going.
Right.
Right.
It's really fun. Like everyone on my team is just amazing, and they just have really good input in making the instructions better and better.
And it's nice too. We work on smaller teams, so we have like 3 different digitizers, and I don't know how many testers we have right now.
We have quite a few.
10 testers somewhere in there. So you'll have one digitizer with 2 or 3 testers. You'll have a writer, an editor, and a layout person all on one team. And we have 3 of those teams that are working on different projects for Kimberbell anytime.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, this is once you say that, when we put things out as a digital file, sometimes people want to print it, and sometimes people think, well, I'll just look at it on my screen, right? But I would suggest you print this one for sure, the resource guide, because when I say like it's amazing, I am not kidding. And as you can see on these comments that are coming through, people are already loving it who've done it. I mean, you talk about diagram, the best diagrams, the best step-by-step instructions, really thinking through what is stitch in the ditch, how do you put a zipper in behind your pillow, how do I do binding? Those kinds are things that we maybe don't think about as a machine embroidery issue, because they're not, but they are important to get the full complete look of a project from Kimberbell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for everything you do. Will you please pass on these good words from everyone about what you guys do, because it is really certainly appreciated. I can't wait for people to download it. You'll find it at kimberbell.com. Just go to products, and I believe it's free downloads. Free? Do you guys know? It's somewhere on there.
They'll post a link in the comments. I'm sure.
Yes, that is true. A link is going to be continually posted in the comments, so you'll get right to it. And definitely print it off today, because it will be your go-to resource for all things Kimberbell. And it certainly has already been something that I've, looked at often as well, as, I work on projects. So it's awesome. Thank you for everything you guys do.
Thank
And
you.
please pass it to your teams too. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Did you like that? Isn't it fun to kind of see, like, it takes a village, so to speak, to make any of these things happen at Kimberbell. And I want to bring more of that to you. I want you to see the behind the scenes. In fact, I'm about to show you Oh So Delightful, which is a new quilt coming out very soon, couple weeks. There is like a documentary type video that our team has been putting together, where you're going to see for yourself how it started and how it gets through the whole process at Kimberbell, including all the teams that make it possible, from the artwork to the digitizing, to the testing, to the marketing, to the, finance and the sales and the shipping and the boxing and you name it. It takes a whole lot of people to make it happen. I can't wait for you to see who they all are in this upcoming documentary. Looking forward to that February 8th, I believe, because I think that's when it's released. But don't quote me on that. It's early February. You're going to find it. And it's going to be really fun to share with you guys. All right. So without further ado, are you ready to see Oh So Delightful? Let me show you a few pictures, and then I'm going to show you the real thing in person. And then we're going to do what I like to call an epic giveaway to 2 people. You're going to win big this week from today's giveaway. But first, let's take a look at what I'm looking at here. This is called Oh So, SEW, of course, Oh So Delightful. There you can see it's Oh So Delightful, actually quilts and decor. And I say quilts because you see there's more than one. You've got the center quilt, which is the main quilt that says So Happy. And then you've got some additional mini quilts. They're 12 by 12 quilts. You've got some wall hangings, a pin cushion, all kinds of fun stuff. Let's take a closer look at some of these. Oh, wait till you see this in person. And it uses our brand new fabric line called Vintage Flora. And this is a fabric line that we've produced with Maywood Studio. So find it at your local quilt shop or quilt shop online. Wow, I'm so excited for you to see this. Ah, don't you love that iron? It's a glitter iron with Happiness is Handmade. Just beautiful. Dimensional pin cushions all on the embroidery machine. What? You got the frames, and then you've got some fun other little things to decorate your sewing room with. It's all done on the embroidery machine. You can do it with a 5x7 hoop even. Let's take a look at the projects. I got them right somewhere here. All right, guys, here it is in person. Oh, so delightful. Take a look. Woo woo. What do you think? I know this doesn't do it justice to see it just on this small screen, but wait till you see additional videos coming out here soon, showing you up close images. Many of your quilt shops might already have this made. They got sample files early so that they could put this together and you could see it for yourselves in the store. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It just, look at those pieced spools. And that sewing machine. Life is so good, isn't it? Life is so good. Okay, let's talk about some of my favorite blocks from the quilt. Cindy, she says, love the Oh So Delightful, would look great in my sewing room. Oh, yes, it would. I can't wait to put it in my sewing room. I have this blank space on my wall in my sewing room. It's just waiting for this to be done. I cannot wait. Yeah, Ginger says, where did you go, Ginger? She said something about the quilting on that. I agree. That quilting. We're going to talk about it next week. I can't wait to introduce you to the gal who made that possible and her team. Yeah, love the yellow measuring tape inner border. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. All right. Okay, you guys know what I like to say. Think beyond the quilt. But if you are making this quilt, it's stunning as is. But I bet you can think of a whole lot of other projects that you could do with these designs too. But take a look at things like these scissors. There's actually, let's get a little closer here. There's actually like a little brad on there. It comes in your embellishment kit. And there you can see we want it to be dimensional so it looks like actual scissors. Of course, in the embellishment kit, you're going to get these custom colored buttons that match the fabric line just perfectly. And then I love how our digitizers put together So Happy. Doesn't that look like fabric? But it's not. It's not background quilting. It is embroidery that just kind of makes it a sketchy look on that So. And then Happy. I'm seeing a little mini bench buddy in my future with just that saying on it. I think that would be really cute. How about the iconic tomato pincushion? Look at that. We put Kimberbell's Flexi Foam behind it to give it a little poof. And then we've got our chunky strawberry. You know, we like to call them chunky around here. And that's a wool felted strawberry. It comes in your embellishment kit. And then take a look at these pins. These are actual straight pins that have been created to match the fabric of Vintage Flora perfectly. So if I were to take this pin, I could find that exact flower. Well, there we go. There it is, right there, in the fabric line. Isn't that fun? A set of pins does come in your embellishment kit, but if you want extra pins, which I think you're going to want some for other things or just to decorate your sewing room, you can buy those separately as well without getting the full embellishment kit. Look at that pin. Oh, let's see. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? The colors are perfect, a perfect match. Of course, the designs themselves are a perfect match. Look at that. Oh, I love it. So that's actually part of the quilt. We want the pins in the quilt. This is a wall hanging, not a cuddle quilt, right? All right, we wouldn't want that. Let's take a look at this row of spools. Now, I think another little cute little bench buddy would also be just even this row of pieced spools. They're pieced in the hoop, just like you see there. And isn't that a fun way to show off all the different fabrics in a line of fabric? That is just fun, fun, fun. We've got our iron right here. Happiness is handmade. And like I said earlier, that is all black glitter that will come in your embellishment kit. Just gives it a little sparkle and shine there. And then you've got black and white twine for your cord right there. Then I love, of course, Life is So Good. Couldn't agree more. And look at that. That's one of my favorite blocks right there. Not only because it shows off the beautiful vintage Flora fabric, but it's just cute. It's just so darn cute. It has some fabric just kind of hanging off of there, ready to be sewn, right? And then look, there's a spool with thread wrapped around it and an actual needle. It all comes in your embellishment kit. It's dimensional. It's gorgeous. Now, let's talk about that quilting. Lots of you have mentioned the quilting. Look at that. Do you see where it says so happy? Right there, right there. So happy. And you've got the scissors and you've got the spool of thread and you've got so many fun elements in here that come directly from the patterns themselves. Look at some of this quilting. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Boy, I can see that using that on lots of things. Even the quilting here are little straight pins going across there. I absolutely love that. Another favorite of mine, oh, look at this. Do you see that? Do you see like the tomato pin cushion in there and the scissors and the buttons and the loops and the spool of thread? Another favorite, where did you go? Because, oh, this is really cute. Ooh, it's like a cross stitch kind of quilting. And like I said, we'll be talking about this a lot more next week, but look at that cross stitching. I just think that is fun. And then of course, the inner border. That's a showstopper right there. This is background quilting that makes that a ruler. Isn't that fun? So the design itself is just to put a yellow piece of fabric in as your inner border, but our awesome team of digitizers went one step further and said, wait a minute, we can turn that into a ruler with our background quilting, and they did. It's going to be available next week for you. It's awesome. It's just awesome. So anyway, and then the back we used another piece of our vintage Flora fabric line. So that is the main quilt. What do you think? Just so fun, right? Tina says, wow, love the tape measure embroidery on the quilt. I know, it just kind of sends it over the top, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure. Bridget says, I can't pick a favorite on the Oh So Delightful. They are all amazing. Yeah, they really are. This is a quilt I'm so happy about because I know I'm going to be putting it in my own sewing room and it's just going to make me smile. Deborah loves the iron. Oh, I know, I do too. So does Diane. That's, yeah, it's just really fun, right? Dorothy says, gorgeous quilt. Virginia, you asked a good question. Like it. When will it be out? It is being sent to shops, I believe, February 8th. So really, really soon. But the good news is there's so many shops that are doing pre-orders right now so that you can be the first to get them as soon as they have them arrive in their stores. So find a shop that is doing Oh So Delightful and, of course, all of its projects because, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Of course, as we've done in the past, background quilting is optional. It's optional. So that means it's a separate download, but that will be available next week. And then the designs themselves, the fabric kits, you name it, It's going to be out early part of February. You would want to be looking for the book itself with all the designs for that and what I'm about to show you. And then you're also going to be looking for the embellishment kit, which gives you all the extra doodads like the straight pins and the buttons and the glitter and the chunky strawberries, you name it. Okay, it's all part of that. The vinyl, all the other extra stuff that just sends it over the top. That will also be available. And then many shops are also doing fabric kits in a collectible fabric box. So there you have it. Carol wants to know if you just went through, but she's asked if there's going to be fat quarter bundles available. And yes, the answer is yes, there will be the whole thing. Elaine says, I pre-ordered the whole thing. Oh, Elaine, you're going to have lots of fun coming your way. Rhonda says, my husband just told me, Happy Valentine's Day, honey. That's one of the best comments I've heard in a long time. I love that. Happy Valentine's Day, honey. There you go. Merry Christmas, whatever. Okay, now let's take a look at the 3 additional mini quilts. I don't know what I like more. I guess I just like them all. Is that we've got the main quilt, but to coordinate with it, you could put it all together like a collage on your wall, or you could kind of, scatter it around. But this one, I thought was kind of fun. I call it running on empty. You tell me why. Running on empty. Do you see that? What are you seeing there? An empty spool. But of course, there's a little bit of thread left turned into a heart, of course. But isn't that's applique there. But those designs really help show off the fabric as well. You're going to be getting a piece of wood-looking leather in your embellishment kit to do this one. In fact, the embellishment kit includes all the things you need to make the extra bonus projects as well, except for the flexi foam, because I know a lot of you already have flexi foam. And one other thing, which I'll show you here in a minute. Okay. I love this one too. I think we can all, yeah, Chris says, you should have called it plain thread chicken. Yeah, I probably should have. Because how many of us do that, right? How about this one? I play with scissors for the sheer fun of it. Boom, boom. There you have it. I play with scissors for the sheer fun of it. I think we all need some scissors that look just like that, don't you? I think that fabric, I was like, oh, I need some scissors like that. But just like the others on the quilt, there's a little bit of, there's a brad in there so that it truly looks like a pair of scissors. Isn't that fun? Are you loving the new fabric line? Oh, look at that. Yum. Oh, okay. This is on the top of my favorites list too. This is the third 12 by 12 design. This says, sewing is my sunshine. I think a lot of you would agree with that. Sewing is your sunshine, but look what sets it apart. This is not your typical machine embroidery design. No, no, no. Why stitch something flat when you can stitch it dimensionally too? Because look at that you got the vinyl little jars to hold all your doodads in your sewing room, right? We all have them sitting on our counter. Well, why not make a cute little quilt that celebrates that too? So you're going to put these little safety pins and colored buttons that also have been hand dyed to coordinate with the fabric. And those come in your embellishment kit. And then you're also going to receive, do you see these little wooden spools? They're actually little cardboard spools that we put in your embellishment kit that you can wrap like ribbon or fabric or string around. And then you put those underneath the vinyl. Here we go, to make it look like it's in your mason jar, right? And then we've used our flexi foam here behind there, and then put our additional pins in their actual pins, my friends. There we go. Ew. Isn't it so sweet? Oh my goodness. Okay, so those go in there as well. What do you think? Kind of fun. Sherry says, love the scissors and love the the button jars. Wow. It's just fun. It's just fun. Oh, Cheryl, what a fun idea. She says the sheer wall hanging, this is one. This is the one she's talking about, would be fun for a hairdresser. Yeah, you're not kidding. She plays with scissors too, right? For the sheer fun of it. Great idea. Thank you for sharing that, Cheryl. All right. So let's see. Allison, she says, I can see myself in an emergency trying to get that one button out of there to put on something in an emergency. That's funny. Yeah, once sewn in, it's pretty tight in there, but why not? Break, in case of emergency, break open, right? I mean, it works for that too. There's a few other things that are bonus projects as part of this set. Let's take a look at these photo frames. I love this. Also comes with a ribbon in your embellishment kit to put these together. But as you saw in the pictures, we actually put pictures, photographs in here. But it's a trio of picture frames. They're all quilted. This quilting is part of it in the hoop. So there you have it. And it's just a great way to showcase off really fun fabrics. This one actually says, love is the thread that binds. And then here's another one that shows off the floral fabric so beautifully. And the quilting that's actually part of that one is like kind of a fun zigzag stitch. But all of that is done on your machine, and then you can have them separately, or you can tie them up as a trio and put your favorite family pictures in them, or for pictures with your friends, your sewing buddies. That would be really fun to hang up in your sewing room. Okay, now the other thing is you're going to have two designs that fit perfectly in these wooden hoops. So when I said everything for these bonus projects are included in your embellishment kit, it's everything except the flexi foam, because you most likely already have it, and the wooden hoops are a separate purchase if you want to do it this way. We showed you in the pictures how we actually put these on mason jars too, and that looks beautiful. So if you want to do them in the wooden hoops like we did, quilt shops carry that as well. But look at this. This is just a fun little house. But I love this because look what we did. You're going to embroider onto, do you see? I can see you. You're going to embroider onto this mesh. And it's a blue mesh. It's like a screen, right? And we've talked about that before, but now you're going to get to try your hand at it. So it looks like cross stitch. Look at that, cross stitch. But no, we're not doing any handwork here. This is all done by the embroidery machine. And isn't it darling? So happy. I'm so happy that you're going to be able to try your hand at embroidering onto mesh, because it's really kind of fun. And that mesh comes in your embellishment kit as well. Okay. And then finally, the last project in there are these tomato pin cushions. So, we brought the old iconic tomato pin cushion and stepped it up 5 notches, because look at the velveteen in there. And you've got the fun little chunky strawberry in there as well. You've got the thread on it. And of course, I mentioned you may want to buy an extra set of the straight pins, because they're just too cute for words. And there you go. So you've got 2 sizes of those. You could, these are tomato pin cushions that you could even stack up. Be really cute. And I just, a pink felted strawberry? Are you kidding me? I mean, can anything be cuter? Except, of course, the red felted strawberry that's on the main quilt. It all comes in your embellishment kit. So there you have it. Okay, what are you guys saying? Janet, she says the extras are amazing. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Let's see. She said, Kathy, she says, those are so cute. Would love to try embroidery on mesh. Yeah, Kathy, it's so fun. Once you try this little project, you're going to be like, okay, I got to do more. That is just really, really fun. Heidi, you're exactly right. She says it's a classic with a modern twist. Yep, exactly. Couldn't agree more. Kind of fun, huh? Okay, Cindy says, OMG, love velveteen fabric, and those pin cushions are cute, cute, cute. Well, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so look for quilt shops. They're pre-selling them now, and they're going to be receiving them at their stores that first couple of weeks of February, because I believe they're starting to ship February 8th. But get on it now with a quilt shop, because then you'll be the first to get it when they arrive. And of course, we're going to do some tutorials for you, and we're going to help you through, any of the parts that might seem a little trickier, which they're not. Well, you know us. We'll walk you through every step, but we know videos also help. And of course, your quilt shops are very excited to be able to provide instruction and classes and you name it, all that they can do to help provide the best experience possible for you with your embroidery machine, as always. Okay, so there you have it. That is so delightful. I can't wait to share with you more about that in the coming weeks as we launch Oh So Delightful here, February 8th-ish. Okay. All right. Oh, Tracy says, happy birthday to me. Yes. Any reason to celebrate, right? But especially our birthdays or Valentine's Day, or hey, Mother's Day is coming around the corner. Why not? Is there a celebrate just sewing day? Let's just make our own holiday. We need a Kimberbell holiday. Speaking of Kimberbell holiday, we'll figure that out. For all you Kimberbellas and fellas out there, we need a Kimberbell holiday. And then we can say, hey, I got to take a day off of work. It's a Kimberbell holiday. Am I right? All right. Okay, so what's next? The big giveaway. This is what you're all here for. I know. It's so much fun to give stuff away, especially when it's Kimberbell stuff. One of the things that you can actually purchase from a quilt shop after February 8th are these new bags that are also celebrating the launch of Oh So Delightful. So look at this bag. Life is oh so delightful. We have an amazing graphic designer, Jasmine, that put this together for us. Look how cute that is. It's these reusable shopping bags you see often. You got the Kimberbell logo on there. You got Kimberbell on the bottom. It is just cute as can be. It's like 18 by 18 inches, and it gets deep, right? You see right here how big this can get. And boy, I've already been using these for all kinds of things beyond my sewing projects. So I think you need 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I don't know. They're going to be very, very reasonably priced. You're going to find them at your favorite quilt shop. And just know you're going to want a handful because they're so convenient and easy to use and just cute as can be. I mean, who doesn't want to carry around Life is oh so delightful? Buy them for you. Buy them for your quilting friends, whoever. Look, you also have the graphics from the quilt on there. See the spool there? Of course, the florals from Vintage Flora. You've got the background quilting on there. I think there's some scissors coming out of the corners. I mean, it is just, there's another spool. Oh, we've got scissors up here. I mean, it is just a really fun design. So as I teased on Facebook last night, I think some of you saw that, I want to give away 2, not just 1, but 2 of you are going to win this bag, but it's going to be filled with Kimberbell stuff. You want to see what some of the stuff is? Okay, it's heavy. All right, here we go. Okay. I did a little bit of shopping in the Kimberbell warehouse, and I was going down the aisles. Ooh, can you imagine how fun that would be? Oh, it is fun. I was going down the aisles, and I was going, ooh, they would love that. Ooh, someone would love that. Oh, let's do this. Ooh, they got to have that. Oh, we need 2 of those, right? I did some shopping, guys, and it is full of stuff. Let me pull out a few of them. I don't even know how much money it's worth. Hundreds of dollars. I'm giving you CDs, okay? I'm giving you fabrics, charm packs, you name it. You're going to get the Kimberbell silicone scraper and whisk set. Look at that for your kitchen because, you know, Kimberbell, it's a whole way of life, right? You're going to get some pillow blanks. You're going to get, oh, it's just going everywhere. You're going to get some slap bands for some of our newest stabilizers. Speaking of stabilizers, you're going to get stabilizer. You want to make sure you got some of that. So you're going to get some pre-cuts here. There's a roll of the iron away topping. When I saw the gal who posted her sweetie pie tea towel, and she said how much she loved the iron away topping, I was like, oh, well, it's got to go in the bag, right? So you're going to get some iron away topping. You're going to get some fun, oh my gosh, tea towels. Look at all the tea towels. Oh, the goodness. You got some ombre tea towels. You're going to get some of our plaid and pinstripe tea towels. You're going to get some yellow tea towels because that just makes us all happy, right? How about a Kimberbell t-shirt? Who doesn't want a Kimberbell t-shirt, right? It says experience the joy of creativity on there. That's kind of fun. There's some blanks, some more designs, some buttons, some leather, some glitter. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I mean, I'm telling you, I had way too much fun in the warehouse doing this because I was thinking of you. I want you to have fun with all the good stuff coming out from Kimberbell, and you're going to win. You're going to win the bag, and it's got to be full of stuff, right? Whew. So here's what you're going to do. I like to call this the epic giveaway number 2, because we've done an epic giveaway before. We're going to do another epic giveaway. And so on this one, let's do this. The name of the new quilt is Oh So Delightful. So what I want to do is hear from you what makes your life oh so delightful. That's all you have to do to enter. Just put it in the comments. Just say, hey, this makes my life oh so delightful. This person, whatever it is, your hobby, what makes your life oh so delightful? Because you know what? Life is kind of hard. Yeah, it's pretty rough sometimes, right? We all know that. We've all been through stuff. But it can also be so good in so many ways, right? And it can be oh so delightful, even for a little smidgen of time. It can be delightful if we make it that way. So I want to hear from you. What makes your life oh so delightful? Is it your embroidery life? Is it your Kimberbell life? Extra points for that. No, I'm just kidding. What is it? And then randomly we'll draw 2 winners to win. They're each going to win a gift bag full of that stuff that I just showed. Now, how fun is that? It's a Wednesday morning here in Utah where I am. It's kind of dreary outside. It's been snowing. And I just want to spread a little sunshine, right? So let's spread the little sunshine. Let's enter into the contest. What makes our life oh so delightful? And we'll randomly choose 2 winners to be drawn. Now, because this is an epic giveaway, meaning it's a big one here, you're gonna have 1 week to enter. And next Wednesday on What's New Wednesday, see, I want you to watch What's New Wednesday, right? A little bit of that going on, right? I want you to watch because it's just fun, right? To share with you all the stuff that's happening. Watch next Wednesday, and I will announce the 2 winners of the epic giveaway full of oh so delightful stuff, the bag, and all the Kimberbell goodness that makes your life just really, really fun. Okay? Help add to it, right? All right, guys. I'm over time here. It's 11:06 here. So it's time to wrap it up. But thank you for being here every Wednesday. It's always good to see you. It's fun to read your comments. Boy, they just come in so fast. I can't keep up, but I always go back through afterwards and read each and every one of them. Just makes me happy. It makes our team happy. Thanks for all that you do. Thanks for your support. All right. Until I see you next week, until I see you next time, keep doing what you love. Keep doing it all and keep experiencing the joy of creativity. Bye-bye.